What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we're finally getting around to updating and making some changes here in my mobile home. So in the last video I shared with you guys, I used this espresso Rust-Oleine on my fireplace. This piece was just so big, bright, and white that it needed to be broken up a little bit, and that's exactly what the brown did. I also picked up some wallpaper that we're going to be putting behind the fireplace. We're going to be doing that in today's video. But before we get started with all of that, I'm going to clear everything out from this wall, so that way we can start painting. And of course, baby Evan is going to help me. So my husband is home today, so he's going to be taking baby Evan outside and keeping him busy while I get things done. I'm very excited to jump in and make some changes and warm my living space up, but I'm also very nervous. It's been at least 2 years since I've painted my walls and changed up the color scheme. And so this is the color that the walls will be. This is called The Storm Is Coming. And it's almost like a sand color. I did have my walls this color before and I absolutely loved it. But back then, my trim was also a dark espresso color. This go around, I plan on just keeping it white. I don't want it to be too dark in here because I don't want it to turn into a dungeon. So I'm trying to stick with the white and the cream for now. Hopefully this paint color warms everything up a bit. I loved this gray for so long, but I really do love warm tones. And so that is why we decided to change the paint color. This gray just wasn't doing it for me anymore. It made my living space feel just very cold and empty. And I just wasn't in love with it. So I'm hoping that I'll love this new color. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, these are paneled walls. So if I was to just go over these with a roller, there would be all kinds of lines in the wall that aren't painted. I have to go in with a brush and really push that paint into the cracks. And so I thought I'd do that first and then also trim everything out. And then I'll go in with the roller and do my first coat. And I can already tell this is going to need 2 coats of paint because the gray is still coming through, since this color is so much lighter and the gray is so dark. And so we're just going to finish painting all of these lines, let that dry, and then we'll jump in with our first coat. So I went ahead and got me a bar stool to stand on, so that way I can trim out the top of this. And I'm gonna try really hard to not get this paint on my white trim because I don't want to have to go in and repaint that as well. So once all of that dried, I now got my roller and I'm just gonna go in with the first coat. I'm trying to knock this out as quick as possible. I do have a few windows open. It's like 60 degrees outside right now. It feels so amazing. I really wish this weather was here to stay. Today's weather really reminded me of springtime, and that is what kick-started me on painting. I woke up and it was just so sunny, and I thought today is the day I'm gonna open up the windows and start painting. Now that we're almost done with the first coat, this went by pretty fast. I did speed up the footage for you guys because painting is very time consuming and I didn't want anyone to get bored or unmotivated by watching me. And so now that we're done with the first coat, this is what it's looking like. It's still wet, so the walls look kind of shiny, but I love the way it looks with the white trim and then my white door. What do you guys think about it? It already feels a lot warmer and welcoming in here. So we're going to let that dry down and then we'll jump in with our second coat. And so while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and paint this small section up here. This doesn't take very long. This also needed 2 coats. And once again, I'm focusing on not getting it on the trim. And so we're also going to paint this wall here in the kitchen. This is on the other side of my door, so this is one big wall. This is the only wall in the kitchen that I will be painting because the rest of my walls are just covered in cabinets. So we're just going to knock this out really quickly. That way, it just flows a lot better. I feel like the living room and kitchen, if it's an open concept, should be painted the same. It just makes the floor plan flow and everything just looks better that way. Now, if the rooms are split up and divided, I would maybe go with 2 different colors. But I just think that it looks a lot better whenever the rooms match. And it also makes your living space look so much bigger. So I noticed on camera, the paint looks a lot lighter than what it really is. I'd say it's about a shade darker than what it looks like. It's not like a white sand color. It's not really yellow either. It's almost like the color of plywood. Didn't want to go too dark in here, only because that's why I got rid of the gray. It was just too dark for me. Still do want it to feel very light and airy in here. And so I think this is just the perfect color. With this color, I feel like I can still keep the farmhouse theme here in my kitchen. My kitchen is so black and white. All of my cabinets are white. My stove and my fridge are black. And so I really liked the black and white buffalo plaid in here. And then the decor from Hobby Lobby that I had as well. And I feel like that can still work because this color isn't too crazy. But we will see. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. So this was just the first coat here on this wall. I did hit it with a second coat, but I didn't record it. And so now this is me doing the second coat here in the living room. I did record this. I sped it up a lot so that way we knock it out in just a couple seconds. I'm not sure if you guys can tell if the camera's picking it up, but the color did darken up a lot once it was dried. So with the second coat, I feel like it'll darken up just a little bit more. This is almost like a pale oatmeal color. And it's really growing on me. So once we got done with the walls, I did paint the wall on the opposite side as well, but I didn't record it. I went ahead and I got my wallpaper out. We're just going to lay this wallpaper on top of the old wallpaper. And I do have a reason why. So when I laid the first wallpaper on the wall, since it is paneling, the wallpaper settled into those little cracks. And so you could see that in person through the wallpaper. So we're just going to use that first wallpaper that's already on the wall to kind of fill in those little holes. And then we're going to lay this over top of it. And so it'll go on smoothly and it won't fall into every little line on the wall. So the reason I wanted new wallpaper is because I want it to warm the space up. The paint also matches some of this paint on the wallpaper. And then it's also got the browns that are on my fireplace. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. I like how it looks like it's paneling. So we'll keep this up for a while and see how I like it. If it doesn't grow on me, I feel like I'll just get some more wallpaper, but instead I'll just have it like the white paneling, the farmhouse, if this is just too busy. But we're going to keep it up for a little while and give it some time to grow on me. It's definitely given off farmhouse, very rustic. And I wanted to mention that this wallpaper is really easy to put on. I've literally got an old credit card and I'm using it to help smooth the wallpaper down and push out any air bubbles. Again, I did get this wallpaper at Walmart. They have so many different choices to choose from. The last wallpaper that was on the wall, I also got from Walmart. And then the wallpaper in my kitchen, I got that from Walmart as well. I may be changing that wallpaper in the kitchen so that way the rooms flow a little bit better. I don't think that I'll go with this wallpaper that's in here, but I'm definitely going to look for something that's a lot brighter. I feel like I'm still on edge about the paint color and then the wallpaper. I want change so bad, and I go back and forth about it all the time in my head. And then when I finally act on it, I get such bad anxiety. But all of this can be changed if I'm not crazy about it. It's really easy. So I'm going to try not to stress about it too much. So after this piece, I just need to put one more piece up behind the TV and then I'll be done. And then I'll give you guys an overall look. And so this is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think down below. So the other day I was shopping around and I ran across this little bit of decor and I thought this would look really good on my shelves. I also looked for some greenery and some little plants, but I couldn't find anything. But for now, I got this stuff. So I'll put these on the shelves, and then I'll put other little decor pieces, maybe some greenery with each of these. I don't know if I'm going to use it just yet because of my son. He'll pull them all off and have them scattered around. But this is just what I come across, and I had to bring it home with me because I know eventually I will be able to decorate my fireplace again. It's just hard to do it right now with a toddler that's into everything. And then last but not least, I had to take up my gray rug. I got this one out of my storage shed. This is not the rug that I'm going to keep in here, but it'll do for now. I gotta have a rug down because of my son. And so I'm just going to give this a quick little cleaning just to get all the dust and stuff off of it since it has been setting in storage. So we're going to hit it with the carpet cleaner really quickly. And then I'm going to set it out on my deck overnight so that way it'll get good and dry before I put it down. And then in my next video, we'll put the rug down. But also, I'm going to have a new kitchen table that I'm going to be putting together. And I got some mirrors for my wall in the living room. So I'm just waiting for that to get here in the mail. And then we'll unbox all of that together and set everything up. But for now, we're going to close this video out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We made a lot of changes today. And we're just going to slowly keep making them. So make sure you stick around for more videos like this one. So this is what the rug looks like now that it's all clean. Now we're going to put it out to dry. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.